Hello, my name is Amanda Lalama, and I'm going to be talking about emotions. So starting off with what is emotion? Emotion is the state of having feelings that result in psychological and physical changes that impacts our thought processes. The two basic theories that describe emotions that'll be discussed are the James Lange theory and the two-factor theory. First, the James Lange theory focuses on the theory that our emotions result in physiological responses to stimuli. Here's an example as shown in the image. Compared to the two-factor theory focuses on the theory that physiological arousal happens first before the individual identifies the reason and cognitively labels it as an emotion. There's also an example shown in this image. This next slide discusses the varieties of emotional experiences. There are two aspects of emotions that are studied in greater depth, which are facial expressions and description of emotional experiences. Facial expressions can be used as a way of communication for many people. People everywhere recognize the basic emotions of happiness, disgust, surprise, sadness, anger, and fear. In some cultures, people communicate their emotions more directly, whereas others express them partially. In terms of description of emotional experiences, experiencing emotions varies cross-culturally. For instance, East Asians experience anger less intensely and for shorter periods of time compared to North Americans. This goes into the idea of interdependent and independent self-views. People with an interdependent self-view tend to be aware of how certain factors affects others close to them, compared to people with an independent self-view tend to be aware of how factors affects themselves. Next is emotion and language. The vocabulary for describing emotions is different in various languages. Some languages have many more emotion words than others, and there is often little overlap between them. The terms for the basic emotions are not represented in all languages, and many emotion words from other languages do not exist in English. This next slide discusses the happiness and well-being across cultures. People in cultures around the world differ considerably in degree of life satisfaction. For instance, subjective well-being is being satisfied in oneself. In terms of subjective well-being across cultures, it is influenced by such variables as income level, protection of human rights, and equality. When talking about positive and negative emotions, it has become difficult to understand cultural variability in the experience of happiness because of the different meanings and consequences of positive emotions. For example, Russians are known for dwelling on negative emotions, but unlike Americans, this is not associated with depression. Across cultures, the kinds of positive emotions individuals desire vary. Positive emotions involving high arousals are more desired in Western cultures, whereas non-Westerners prefer low arousal positive emotions. Here are the two references used. Thank you.